Welcome to the video. I decided that it was way overdue for me to do a little bit of Q&A. I was looking through some of the backlog of comments that's been on the channel for the last, I'm kind of embarrassed to say, almost 3 years, and I did reply to a lot of them. So if you have, keep leaving your comments so I can see them, and I'd love to get back to you about what you ask. But some of them have been sitting there, and I think it would be great for everyone to kind of hear the answer, because I think it applies to more than just the person that asked the question. So there's a lot of questions here, so I'm just going to do a couple today. I hope you had a great Labor Day, if you celebrated that here in the United States today. Today's September 4th, so I had this extra long weekend to kind of check in with things and saw that there was a lot of questions that needed to get answered. So here we go. So the first question is from 3 years ago, and it's from Perry, and Perry asks, "Hey Nick, if you don't mind me asking, what would be the best way to learn to improvise? I would say I'm at an intermediate/advanced level of playing. Any suggestions would be great." So sounds like, Perry, I know I've seen Perry's around the community on Facebook, and I know he's gotten the new course, the Get Ahead course, and is working on some of that stuff now, prior to this question from 3 years ago. But so Perry, I would say the best thing that you can do is, number one, start improvising every day. A great suggestion I got from trombonist here in the city, Ryan Keberly, is just to get on your horn, start the day by just improvising something, just playing anything, and just trying to warm up in a musical way, trying to warm up coming up with stuff. Because until you can connect your ear to your slide and your brain and your ideas to your ears to your slide, you're going to struggle to improvise, over a blues or over any jazz tune, or any style of tune, because you have to kind of get the ideas first and then be able to execute them. So before we even get to trying to connect the ears to the instrument, I think it's important to know what you need to do in order to get there in the first place, which is to listen to a lot of music. If you want to play jazz, you have to listen to a lot of jazz. I know maybe it seems obvious, but a lot of students that I run into, at least, I don't think they listened to as many albums as they think they did, or maybe it just kind of washed over them and they weren't actively participating in the listening. So maybe thinking a little bit more about trying to be an active listener and trying to engage with the music while you're listening, and kind of stopping it and checking out what certain chords are, or trying to learn the song by ear, or learn some licks by ear, trying to find out what exactly is going on in the music and not just letting it wash over you. So the best way to learn how to improvise is to listen to a lot of music and try to find the best ways to connect your brain and your ears to your instrument, which means you need to improvise a lot and try to get used to hearing something and then playing it. So, the great Wycliffe Gordon, one of my teachers, he has a book called Sing It First, and he has a kind of a whole approach to doing that. So I would definitely recommend checking that out. Just a quick Google search for Wycliffe Gordon, Sing It First. I'm sure you'll find that there. There's some other tools, in my Get Ahead course that might be useful to you if you're also a beginning improviser and want to start getting down that path. There's a lot of things we could do here. Also, the Institute for Creative Music, my nonprofit, has some creative jazz fundamentals courses. If you go to instituteforcreativemusic.org, sorry, that's not the website, it's ifcmusic.org, ifcmusic.org, you can check out the creative jazz fundamentals courses, which will give you a little bit of insight and kind of learning right on the fly in those courses about how to improvise. So I would suggest all of those things for starting to improvise. So thanks, Perry, for the question, and let's see what's next. Let's see. Wesley de Caesar, sorry, this question is about the video I'll Be Seeing You from episode number 2 of the Dynamic Duos series with my good friend Chris Ziemba, who actually just moved out of New York. He just moved to Washington, D.C., joined the Airmen of Note band through the Air Force. So good luck to Chris, and I'm sure I'll be seeing him soon, but sad to see him go from the city. But at any rate, this is a tune we were playing, I'll Be Seeing You, the great tune. I think it's by Burton Lane. I'm pretty sure it's Burton Lane. And Wesley says, "Hey Nick, I really love this piece so much. Would you mind telling me where where I got this version so he could get his hands on it. And I did reply, and I said it wasn't from any particular version, which is true. It's not from any particular version. It was from just kind of learning the tune. And so I learned the tune from, there's a famous Frank Sinatra recording, and there's a lot of other versions of I'll Be Seeing You. And it kind of, by listening to a lot of versions, we kind of came up with a way to present the tune. And there was nothing special about what we did. I didn't use a particular lead sheet. This is one of those tunes that I definitely learned off of a recording. I didn't learn it any other way. That's kind of what I did. So Wesley, I would highly recommend you just listen to maybe 3 or 4 different versions. I always recommend a version with words, so with a singer, if the tune has words, and kind of listening to it maybe both with a male and female singer. You can hear some different approaches to the melody, but also to kind of know how to phrase the melody. So listening to a version with words so you can hear it, and then also trying to transcribe the chord changes, and maybe you can check it against a resource that you have to make sure that you're doing the right changes. But ultimately, I think learning it by ear is going to be the most fruitful and is going to stick with you the longest. I know when I learn stuff out of the real book, I always forget it way faster. So maybe just do that. Maybe just learn it right off a recording. So that's from the second episode of Dynamic Duos. So if you want to find that, just go to the YouTube channel page and go to playlists and go to Dynamic Duos. Scroll down, it's number 2, I'll Be Seeing You, and do that version as kind of a walking ballad with the plunger mute, the Pixie and plunger mute. One of my favorite ways to play a ballad. So let's see here. We'll do one more question today, I think. So thanks for watching. If you like this kind of thing, if going through these questions, give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you see everything that's coming every Wednesday. I'm uploading new videos if you haven't seen. This week I think we have some more educational stuff, but there's a lot of fun things coming up, so definitely do that. But this question is from, let's see, Azat Hasnulin? I'm sorry, man, I really am butchering your name. So he's asking about the video. The video is called Judy by J.J. Johnson, Jazz Trombone Solo. It's just like a brief version from about 2 years ago, a version I was playing here in my apartment. And he says, Nick, great playing, so smooth and beautiful lines. Thanks, that's very nice of you to say. And he says, what changes are you playing on the pedal point over the F in bars 13 through 20? Yeah, so it took me a little while to figure this out. I learned this and transcribed this from JJ and K's recording of JJ's tune Judy, and there's a section at the end of the tune. I'm not singing the right pitches, but it's all over concert F, and so it's basically a B flat major 7 over F. So the 1 chord over with the 5 in the root, and then it goes in between that chord and an F7 flat 9, or just like F sharp diminished over that F, however you want to think about it. But so it's the 1 chord over the 5 in the bass, and then a tension chord with the F sharp diminished or F7 flat 9 over F. I guess it's not really over F if it's F7 flat 9. They're kind of alternating back and forth over that pedal section. So yeah, those are the changes for Judy. Man, those changes are so beautiful. Love playing that tune. I'm gonna have to pull that one out of retirement. Not that it was ever retired, but pull that one out for something pretty soon, because that was always fun. I did another version of it, I think, with Joe McDonough. We recorded it and put it up on YouTube as a duet as well. So yeah, that's a great tune. So go back and you can find that. It's also in the Dynamic Duos playlist if you want to go and check that out. So there's lots more questions here. I'm gonna end it here, and if you want to hear, I'll be back again with another Q&A, so leave your questions, and as they come in, I'm going to try to address them right away rather than letting them build up for 2 or 3 years. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.